Salvete omnes, salvete amici, nomen mihi est Decimus Aurelius Ingeniarius. Hello, good day, good evening from wherever you are watching us in the world. I am Decimus Aurelius, and you're watching the Roman Twitch channel brought to you by Nova Roma here on Twitch. It's great to have you back, and it's great to be back as we now enter into session 19 of our very, very large and long Republic of Rome board game broadcast. So we started this back in 2022, would you believe? And we are now 19 other sessions in here in the Senate phase now of turn 13 in our extended campaign of this board game. Very shortly, we'll cross into the virtual tabletop environment where we've got our 6 players back there with their factions of senators about to step into the very important Senate phase. And this will be an important one tonight as they have lots of wars they need to deal with and plan for. So there'll be lots of discussion tonight, lots of interesting thoughts about how to proceed, lots of things in the forum for them to process in terms of governorships, concessions, as well as that new allied enthusiasm, I think is that what that is, that's there, that new alliance, which they could hopefully utilize to get rid of a war as well. So let's take a brief moment. Let's cross now into the virtual tabletop environment and we'll bring us back online and we'll see you all very shortly. Don't go away. Okay, we are now live in the main virtual tabletop environment. Let's see if we've got all of our senators on screen as well. Senators, if you'd like to give us a bit of a salvete, please.
Salvete.
Right, hopefully all of our audio and visuals working there. If you're in the chat and if it's not quite coming through audibly, I can see there's a little bit of delay and some connection issues there, but hopefully we could otherwise come through correctly. Right, as we talked about before, we are now in the session 13 Senate phase. We can see here that the dictator Cassius from Marcus Decimus's faction is going to lead us off initially, but that's going to lead us really early on into the consular election. So from here over to the highest ranking available official, over to you, dictator.
All right, thank you very much. As was stated, our first steps will be to go through and put forward the elections for the consuls. So I'll try to make this fairly quick. My decision for the first election is going to be based basically solely off military strength due to the number of active wars that we have. So I am going to put forward nominations for Fabius.
Oh, you fuck.
And
Man,
I'm
why
going
you
to put
do this?
forward Flemius. I'll put that a bit further. But I have military strength of 4, so I think they will work well in pair, and they can make the decision if a dictator is needed. So I'll go forward and ask for Aurelius to put forward his vote for the proposal.
Just give me 1 second to think here.
Please do make sure your vote tallies are still accurate.
Yeah, good to check that.
Uh, 18 votes in favour.
And Luna faction, I'll hear your vote next.
So is it strictly only voting, or may I ask you some question about?
Sure, I'll attempt to answer any questions. I may not have the floor for very long.
Okay. Which was we are going to prosecute?
I don't know.
Okay. Because
Humid and acid.
So okay, that's okay. Typically Laconian. Because they are not they are no statesmen, right? So, because then we cannot manage to get rid of the disasters and so on. Yeah. So okay, my vote 7 votes nay.
Okay. Then I'll hear from Tiberius next.
22 in favour.
I'll hear from Marco next.
23 in favour.
Oh, I hate you all.
I'll hear from Quintus Octavius next.
Yeah, definitely going in the nay section.
And I'll place my 19 votes in favour for the proposal.
All right.
Yep,
That looks
hate
like
all of
a
you.
clear pass.
I shall hand over my
Let's pop them back in the middle for now. Yes, the dictator goes back to the middle. I don't think the Master of Horse does as well. I think he had one. We'll bring that back over as well. We'll just give the consoles a time as normal to discuss their thoughts from here. Who will be Rome console? Who will be field console? And they may even have a discussion at that point about dictator as well. So we'll just give them that opportunity. Right. And if you are a field console or a Rome console right now, if you would like to take a prior console marker, I think Plautius already has one, but Claudius, from you, Appius Rufius, if you'd like to make sure Claudius gets a prior console marker. All right. Good. Yep. Perfect. Yeah, make sure Claudius gets his prior console marker there. Appius Rufius. Good. Perfect. Excellent. All right. So our consoles are probably having a chat in the background as we speak. All right. So
Why do we have to have so many elders?
Yes, it does make it challenging. So for those that haven't watched this game before, yes, the Elder Senators is a ruling that's come out of the Avalon Hills edition, and we've used an adaptation, which is a sort of a hybrid between that adaptation and something a little bit simpler. But really what it does is, although elders can be elected to positions or appointed or whatever, they just can't be deployed, so they can't leave Rome. That is the limiting factor. So it could be a waste of an election or appointment if an elder takes that post because they can't be physically sent out of Rome. But I think that could potentially circumnavigate governor issues. You know, you could appoint a governor, could you? But then you can't send him away. Maybe that's an illegal move. But again, while we're letting the consoles continue to have a discussion, I've got a question in the chat there. How long does a normal game take? You know, if you're playing at home with friends.
Hey, Rome wasn't built in a day.
So a game
built in 2 years.
Yeah, true. Now, if you're playing one era, so we're playing an extended campaign here, which is the middle, early, late, and this additional Civil War card deck. So 4 different card decks, and that can take, obviously, you can clearly tell, quite a long time. But if you're just playing a single era, let's say Middle Republic, it can be quite quick anywhere. So for those that have maybe played it once or maybe twice before, looking at maybe 3 to 4 hours. If you're a little bit new, you're looking at 4 to 5, maybe 6 hours for a full game. I've had a bunch of novices play with me before, and I think we took about 5.5 hours to get through a single era or come to some conclusion. So the fall of Rome is often what happens, particularly if you're playing early Republic. It can be quite a challenging part of the game playing in that early Republic. So yes, it's definitely longer than most other board games out on the market. There's not many other board games out there that will take longer. There's at least 3 I think I can think of, but this is certainly up there in terms of duration. Yeah, not something you can bust out in half an hour. Not a party game, I would say. Not a party game.
That being said, I've only really played this game in like party experiences where like heavy drinking, mostly novices, and we've spent about 10 hours playing. Throwing in a lot of rules of every time you make a proposal, you need to have a shot and things like that, and voting those rules directly into the game, so it must be fulfilled.
Excellent. Consoles or consular elect. Sorry to interrupt. How are you coming along with your decisions? Are you close?
I possibly, maybe.
We're just struggling with the concept of a dictator appointment and master of horse. That there's a lack of people.
Oh, let's agree on the consularship appointments first, or rather the Rome field console, and then let's move on to that next step.
I'm happy to be field console. I think that it was also the fact that one of my guys, Amelia, nullifies the disaster numbers in the Macedonian War. but he's got high influence.
So where does that leave us, Consul Alex? Who's going to be the field consul and who's going to be the Rome consul?
Just throw it on me. Let's just
Yeah.
let's just get it away with it.
Console and field console.
Cool.
All right. Looks like we have a decision. In that
Mhm.
case, then, if you'd like to grab your purple tokens from the center podium, and of
I
course,
would like
please,
to throw a revolt.
please be sure to add your influence as well.
Mhm.
So we got Flaminius as field consul and
Yeah.
Rome consul as Fabius.
Mhm.
Very good. All right. And now I guess you can continue your discussions about dictator and master of horse.
Yeah, I think it's pertinent to understand what our strategy is before we
Yes.
appoint a dictator. So while I don't wish to override the powers of the consuls in
Oh no, please
determining
do.
whether there's a
The
dictator,
scribe
I think
wishes this
maybe it
would
would
happen.
benefit from a debate. And looking at who the candidates are,
There's very
the
few.
deployable candidates, that is. I think we're just an observation. The elder rule that we're playing is actually really starting to hamstring us, and
Yep.
I would recommend any in the audience out there considering a game not to play this elder rule in the future for that reason.
Mm.
Let's just make a vote to get rid of the
I think
But actually, a Senate in Latin is senex, right? It's
Correct,
about old
yes.
men.
Yes, exactly.
Let's raise the pension age.
mhm.
So I think there's two candidates really, isn't there? So there's who's this chap over here in Marcus
Yeah, there's
Cornelius.
19A and
There's
then
Cornelius who nullifies the
Punic.
no, Hannibal's numbers. I think they're probably the only two, aren't they? Or are we missing somebody?
That's about the only two ones that realistically we want.
So by choosing one of those,
But
we essentially
he has
dictate
so
either
much
a Macedonian
influence,
or a
right?
Punic strategy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But by electing either, basically puts them on to the winning.
I was going to say, look at my guy's influence already.
Yeah. What's the
Yeah.
influence limit?
It's
Yeah,
35.
I voted
35.
against him.
Yeah, 30. I believe 32. You're allowed to be put to the vote to win the game.
Actually, it's a lot less. I think it's 21, I think.
21, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, this isn't a pitch for Cornelius by any Scipio Africanus by any means, but I think last time we did actually prosecute him for the purpose of making him usable, didn't we?
We did.
As I say, that's not a pitch.
We can also just prosecute a second time. That's all I'm saying.
All right, Rome Consul, let's continue things along. What's happening?
I don't know. Glue.
Well,
I'll
let's have
be
a discussion
I
about
think
is it a
it
Punic
would be
strategy
easier if-
or a Macedonian strategy?
We want to try and get rid of one of the Macedonians, even if it's just the New Alliance card. The concern then is, if we get rid of it and we just draw it out the next turn without dealing with the other one, what was the point?
And I believe the other thing to consider is just being aware of our lack of navy situation currently. So there'll be a situation where in one turn we couldn't spread ourselves across two wars that require a lot of fleet support.
So are you suggesting that sort of suggests a Punic, Silica, and either Numantine or Germanic strategy?
We could do that. We also have the new alliance, so we could do something like blow up the third, deal with the fourth, and use a navy we raised to deal with Cyprus as an idea. That gives us the chance to getting one of our provinces back as well. So that when the fourth comes back, it won't have a third, and then we have a 1 in 6 chance of maybe rolling to kill a leader for one turn.
We do also have the chance that because when it does say the top 6, it can technically be underneath the 6th card that's there. So
Yeah,
we could have a whole round of drawing without it being in that top next.
we could also do six events and not draw any cards.
So I feel like we need to actually do the numbers on some of these because we need to be certain about either the Macedonian or as certain as we can be about the Macedonian or Punic victory, and then still have enough forces left over for
We just start putting it
whichever
in.
of the other two
You
we
know what I
go
mean?
for.
We just start putting it in. Combat calculator. You know what I mean? We start putting it in and getting some numbers. Is that one way to go?
And the other question is, can we recruit any more forces, or are we at the ceiling?
The max we can recruit realistically is 7.
Right.
And that's for fleet we're mostly talking about. Because we need fleet.
So we need 5 fleets.
Yeah.
If we
Well,
want to do
we
this
need
one.
5 fleets for this one, but if we want to do the Macedonian or the Punic, we need at least 1 for either one of them.
Okay, so 6 out of the 7 recruitments of fleets, leaving 1 for another legion.
If we have the space for it.
Yeah. In a strange way, I almost feel like we have enough active force. Like we've got so many veterans now. There's only 3 legions left in the bag. We
And
have
we do
another
have-
legion on a province out here that we can recall because we've been dealing with the outer
We technically have
provinces
another
rebelling
legion.
a
Give
little
me
bit.
2 seconds. There we go.
Oh, is that a dead one? Okay.
Yeah, it was in the dead pile.
Okay.
Let's go on this discussion here. If we do proceed with one of them, if we do the Macedonia, we'll obviously be going with 19A. If we do that, we need to figure out if we can prosecute 19A, which we can because they have a corruption marker, but it's for major.
We would also need a public agreement, which is binding, right? Because
I mean, no matter what happens here, as soon as the war is won, they're going. No matter which one it is, they're going to be consul for life.
Oh, are we
Why is that?
coming to a?
Because they get rewarded with influence.
All right.
Are we about to see the natural conclusion to the game? Are we?
Yeah.
Possibly.
Oh wow, that's
So,
that's a bit special.
not under my watch.
We can always rely on you to try and help.
Or is
So-
there a way of not appointing a dictator and just going ahead and using
there is a way of appointing someone if a play can happen.
You'd have to be more direct. I'm kind of, I don't deal well with subtleties.
Sure.
Well, he's about to be very unsubtle. Okay. For those that haven't seen,
Oh, I'm so gonna regret this. All right.
all right, we're seeing for those playing along at home, an assassination attempt has started.
Mhm.
Oh boy, against the leader of Marco Wedia's faction, being persecuted by whom? Who is persecuting as the assassin from your faction there, Quintus Octavius?
The unsuspicious elder in my senator who's just waddling along.
Okay. Achilles is doing the attacking against the very prominent Aemilius Paulus over here, Macedonicus. All right. Hopefully this is helpful.
I really hope so.
Look, I'm helping.
Look, I'm
Stabbing
helping.
stabs.
Don't mind it.
This
Stab,
is this is the stabbing knife of helpfulness.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go
Take it with
to
precaution.
the assassination table up here. As we can see, it'll be a simple 1d6 roll unless somebody throws a card at me before, during, or after. Modification 1d6. Otherwise, it's as we read it on the die, thrown by the assassin. I guess the assassin is looking for 5 or more here, but he will settle for a 3 or a 4 in most cases.
Absolutely.
When you're ready, your rather elderly assassin can roll the 1d6. Quintus Octavius.
He's gonna cough and make himself notice it.
Cool.
Okay, nothing happens. You've had a few of those recently,
Yep.
which is
That's not helpful.
If you want to put the no more assassination tokens out on both those parties as appropriate.
Mm-hmm. Fruit tingle, anyone?
Yes, please. I'll have one. Thanks. And we'll continue on like nothing happened.
Okay.
As I said, he was just an elderly waddling by.
Yeah. Don't underestimate people. You know.
It was worth a shot. Okay.
Yep, it certainly was.
Well, in that case, I probably lean towards maybe prosecuting the Punic War now.
Anyone want to assassinate him?
All right,
no,
so
he'll die.
in that case, do we change our perspective? What would we use the new alliance? If I think if we were going to prosecute the Punic, we wouldn't use the new alliance on the Macedonian War, because there's just a chance it comes back, joins the rest of the pack, and we don't get that advantage. If we went for the Punic, what would we use the new alliance for?
So the Germanic migrations.
We could, because a few of these minor wars are actually attacking provinces.
I was going to say the Numantine War is attacking one of our provinces. The other province, I believe, is... I think they're both from big wars. Let's see.
I just suggested Germanic migrations on the basis it's a strength of 15.
Yeah, and the
It's attacking
disaster
one as
and standoff numbers, I think they're in the middle, right, of the range. So,
Well,
they're
I've got a great question. Couldn't the Germanic migrations technically attack the third because they're also attacking Illyricum?
Yeah.
maybe we can send them some money and ask them to
Yeah, like,
help us out.
can we bribe them?
Well, isn't that what caused the fall of Rome in the first place? Trying
No,
to
I
get the
don't know what we're
Germans
talking
the
about.
Germanic tribes on side, and then they stabbed the Roman back. I don't know.
We're just getting to the natural progression.
I
here.
play a Tribune card.
Oh, Tribune card. Here we go. Let's see. Yes, play away. What would you like to do, Tribune?
I would to propose someone as a censor in order to forego the dictator elections now.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, he's thrown it out there. We're going to move on. So we are now going to put a proposal for censor. Let's hear it. Who is your proposal?
So yeah, I hope that someone would be willing to open prosecutions against.
I would just like to Tribune the Tribune.
You don't want to hear his proposal first?
Nope.
So you veto it, right?
So he's vetoing it. Okay. All right.
But we are still in the censor phase.
We
now,
are still
right?
in the censor phase now, I guess.
And dictator is skipped now, right?
Yes,
That was my main concern.
I feel like that is what's happening. Yeah. But I guess if the proposal's off the table, I mean, does that prohibit you from still electing a dictator when there's no censor?
Never started.
Yeah, true.
All I'm saying.
I feel like that. Yeah, at this point, if the consuls agree, they could actually probably still appoint a dictator. Because
I do not read the rules this way, but okay.
I'm very interested to hear it. If you've got something in the writing in the rules that says that that can support your case, I would like to hear it definitely. Because I see that, I guess, once a censor is elected, you obviously can't appoint a dictator, but we don't have a censor elected yet, so that would imply that you could technically still appoint a dictator because I guess the proposal never eventuated. It's not
I have to check the correct wording. Give me a second.
Take a moment. Yeah, please take a moment. And if somebody wants to actually support him and have a look as well.
I don't think we're rushing to the dictator decision quite yet.
No.
Because we can take these moments, check out the rules, and if you're watching at home, please also check your rule book. And if you're interested, it's always in the comments. But rule set 1.07 alpha, I believe it is the living rule set. Is what we are following here predominantly. There are, of course, those additions from the Avalon Hills. I think it's version 2.16. But other than that, yes, we are using the living rule set for this game.
All right. And probably my next question, because I realized in the past I've gotten this wrong. The fact that the third and the fourth are marching together, what does that make the strength of the third? Was that double?
It makes it double, yeah.
Yes, so
Yeah.
it makes that 16. The first one's 16 plus Philip plus the province.
Yeah. So I believe the other reason we were looking at doing the new alliance against the Macedonian was to decouple this additive effect. To actually, because if we new alliance it and don't attack the fourth, there's a good chance it just comes back next turn, and then we.
True. But it goes through its imminent war phase sequence again, doesn't it?
It does,
It-
since it wouldn't have a matching unless the leader is pulled, I believe.
Well, it would be matching. It would just go to the
Imminent.
imminent.
Yeah. So you'd still have that round of warning to
Okay,
do
so-
something. Yep.
You could have two turns at it then. Okay. Then in that case, I believe, regardless if we go for the Macedonian or the Punic, we should use the new alliance against
get
the
rid of the-
Macedonian in both cases. What's everyone else's thoughts on that idea?
Is that because it still benefits us in our theoretical next turn?
Yeah,
Yes.
it does.
So even if we draw it next turn, which is likely, we use the marching rules rule, which is that it would go to the imminent war slot, giving us another turn to attack the fourth.
Right.
Have we had any resolution about whether we've advanced in the Senate order? Have you found anything, Appius Rufus?
Not yet. Sorry, I'm still working.
It's okay.
on my-
Again, you've got some time for the moment. The consoles don't seem to be in a particular rush, and we're still talking strategy. So
All right, so let's just run through an idea then. We attack the third. We magic away.
You mean we magic away the third, attack the fourth?
No. We magic away the third Macedonian. We attack the third Punic.
Okay, yep.
So we've got a 14 military strength to deal with. And then we can raise, assuming we have a dictator, to attack 2 additional wars. Which out of the 3, I guess, minor
logically,
wars?
it's the
Logic, yeah. I was
two
gonna
least, the two weakest.
I would probably say
This
the
one and this
province
one.
here.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think we couldn't raise the naval support. We can't raise enough to do third, Cyprus.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Yep.
I mean, yeah, because we won't get enough funds unless people donate.
Yeah.
Do we have enough strength though to take on the Germanic migrations as well?
Only if we would have to guarantee a win on both of them, no matter what happens. That's the issue if we only do 2.
Yeah. Maybe that. I reckon it's theoretically possible we have enough military. Like the military strength is there.
Mm.
I believe. Well, this is where I suggest maybe we throw the numbers together now. What are we like with Punic, Germanic, and Cyprus?
Are we gonna take into the account we would be nullifying with a dictator?
I believe so. Let's go with the theoretic that we go for Scipio Africana.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
then,
an
then we
update on
deal.
my. So, an
Oh, yeah,
update
you got
on
it.
my
Yep.
research.
what have you got?
Yeah. So the rules state the precise. Once a censor is elected or appointed. So the wording is on the side of your decision.
Ah, I see. Okay. But it's good. At least we've checked, right? So that's good.
Yeah.
Okay. No, thanks for checking that up. That gives us some clarity. Okay.
Yeah. So we can deal with the consequences of Africa's later, but yeah. So it'd be dictator and then our 2 consoles.
Well, let's go with this way. What is our current strength of our force?
Militarily wise,
Because we've got 8, 9 veterans, so that's 18 plus the 11. So
with the assumption we pull
Well,
one back.
So we're at approximately 30
4, 5, 6, 7,
power.
9. 9 veterans. So 18 power in veteran form plus 1, 2,
12.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
But I have
11,
a point
12.
of order then, maybe.
Yeah.
Um,
What's up, Abyss?
Yeah, because first I wasn't sure. I was under the impression beforehand that even if I was vetoed, my tribune was vetoed, it we would be still in the censor elections, right? If I wouldn't have believed this, I would have played another card in order to try to get my tribune's proposal through. And the question is now if you would allow me to proceed in this direction, or if this is over.
I think so. Like,
I agree. I concur. If you're happy to take your card back to Quintus Octavius, do you concur to let him have another whirl at this? Because
Sure.
knowing,
So I would-
knowing
I
what
would-
he knows now.
I would lay my I would stay with my tribune being played,
Right.
and what happened actually, but I would try to play another card at this point, because if I would have known beforehand that we are not in the censor elections now, I would have tried this, but I wasn't sure. I was under the impression that even though my tribune was vetoed, we would still be in the censor elections, but this is not the case.
I'm pretty keen to probably allow this. What's the general consensus from everyone else here?
yeah, I don't mind.
No.
It's going to be more fun.
Yeah, all right. It sounds like everybody's allowing you to do what you'd like to do there, Appius Rufius. So go ahead. You've played your tribune.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I would play this card.
All right. Let's bring this up to have a look.
Salty.
Murder of a tribune. One of your senators in Rome may attempt to cancel the use of any one tribune by rolling an event result on a 1d6. So I'm assuming this is what you're playing against Quintus Octavius's tribune. Is that correct?
Yeah, correct. Yeah. And I have
Regardless of the
to
result, the
specify-
senator is under suspicion, loses popularity equal to the die roll. Oh, fascinating. This does not stop another tribune from being played, of course, blah, blah, blah. If the targeted tribune is to make a proposal to... Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and roll a 1d6,
I have
I
to
guess.
specify the senator who is doing it, right?
I believe, yes. One of your senators in Rome may attempt to cancel, yes.
Yes. So it will be the elderly Quintus Flamininius.
He's going to lose popularity equal to the die roll. Okay, so yes, nominate a senator that's doing it, yes?
Yeah, it's the elderly
all right.
Quintus Flamininius.
That makes sense. Okay, all right. He's going to lose 5 popularity there. They attempt to cancel...
By rolling an even.
By rolling an even result. So it's an odd. So it looks like the minus 5 popularity, but I understand that the tribune was not cancelled. Is that how I'm reading that?
That's what I believe.
Correct.
Yes. Okay. All right. So...
But I can try another.
he's come to the party prepared. Okay. Let's do it again. Who is doing it this time?
Quintus Flamininius.
Is he doing it again? All right, he's going to become a rather unpopular fellow. Okay, 1d6 again, looking for an even number this time. No. Okay.
Are we going for our third, or
is there a third you want to have a go? He's down to -9 now. We'll note that for the records.
Oh, no, -9 is enough.
I think this is the
Was there a
worst.
consequence for being -9?
Yes, just don't be Rome, the highest ranking available official for the State of the Republic speech.
Please never.
Do I get the That's great.
Oh boy. Okay.
Now we elect him dictator. He can't go to war, and he has to do the speech.
At least Appius Rufius has had the opportunity to try there, but the dice not quite good.
The dice chose no.
All right. If we consider our continue our discussions, the question was raised: is what is our current military force strength? We have
I believe it's
an 18 strength worth of veterans, so 9 strength up to 18 because of doubled, and then 12 regular forces with a total strength force of 30, without raising any additional forces at this stage.
And we need at least a 15 to get a decent odd. I
So
believe.
basically, we're evenly matched before we add commanders.
Yeah, so will the commanders be enough to make the difference?
It'll be close, I believe. I think typically we like a +7, +6 to our rolls, and we'll be more at like the +4s.
So we ride our luck a bit.
The dictator would help. Obviously, the dictator is
Mhm.
probably going to be like a 9, so we can pull some forces. We can even it out. So what, 4 + 4, say +9. So that'll do like a 17. Then divide that evenly.
47. Yeah.
So it gives us like +5s, +6s. Like
I average that our dictator would be about an average of a 6, including Master of Horse. Just
no.
Or do we
The
think
6.
7?
We'll go full power. We'd do like a 5 and a 4, right?
We don't have a
4's
4
not
available.
We've got a 3 available though.
Yeah.
3?
Yeah.
So we'd be sitting around 8.
Yeah. So 8.
Alright. So
8
we
plus
can
8 is 16. 16 divided by 3 would be our average force strength across the lot. We probably wouldn't need to bring as many. We could be a little bit more lucky with the Punic because we'll be getting rid of the disaster and standoff of the war. But well, let's see. Can we put in the Punic War?
That is what's in there right now.
Okay. So what are we looking at? So 8, 7, 7. Do we tick? Yep, nullify. So it's ticked. So with 13 of our available 30.
If we use every...
That's scary.
Yeah, because we would then have to rely on a +4 for both the Germanic migrations and Cyprus.
In that case, no. I don't think we can prosecute the Germanic at the same time. That's even with a dictator. Without it, it'd be even worse. It's too strong.
Yep, I agree with that.
And hell, but then we may want to consider for next turn, even with our idea that we throw away the 3rd Macedonian, what's left with the 4th? A 5,
15.
a 6. Yeah. So next turn we'll also be facing a 15 and a 15.
Yeah. So can we recruit 7 fleets? Are we got enough to get 7 fleets and then do the Numantine and the Silica?
We do have enough to get the 7 fleets, yeah.
Oh, well, we'd need 8 though, wouldn't we, with the Punic Wars?
We would need 8.
Can I just say, just be very careful as you get towards the lower parts of the treasury, because noting that you have a really large army, and if you don't lose any, I noticed that we've been losing money to the state treasury for the last 1 or 2 revenue phases, and you just want to make sure that you're not going to hit that 0, because that'll be game over. So does anybody have a record of that other than the YouTube channel?
We've got a choice of losses
yeah,
here.
I do. Yes. We've started to get down to about a -30.
So sorry, I just have a question. Is there any way that we can beat these without someone getting enough influence?
No.
So what's the point of the discussion? It's kind of lose-lose, right?
Oh no, we can get
No,
get
seriously,
rid of.
from like a player's perspective.
No,
like,
from a player's perspective, there are still things we can do. If a senator gets to 35, it still has to reach I forget which phase it is.
Resolution
Well, let's go with
phase.
this. I'm going to ask this as a player, not as the console. Does anyone have the law card that states about getting censor for life?
Oh, nice one. Does anybody have any law cards? But yeah, that one in particular.
Yeah, I have a law card, but it's definitely not relevant here.
And sorry, I guess if we elect a dictator and dictators' proposals can't be vetoed, right?
Correct.
What's to stop the dictator just saying, "Oh, we're going to send me to this war that they're guaranteed they're going to win"?
It doesn't matter which war the dictator will go to if they win.
Yeah, the only answer is the knife, which is why I was suggesting the Punic War.
But I just mean, so if we elect a dictator, then they just win on the spot, right?
No.
See, but this is the
It
thing
has
though.
to
We
reach
can
a certain
also
phase.
Yeah, but I mean,
It-
isn't it guaranteed it's going to reach that phase? Like, what's
No,
the
the
outcomes
knife.
that's going
The knife.
Oh, the
knife
knife.
is-
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sorry.
We'll be keeping the game alive using the knife, I believe.
That's so funny.
Unless you use it at the wrong time, and then you can't do it again. So you've got to be careful with the timing.
Yeah,
so,
which is
so
why.
this is my point with one thing. We can technically do another minor prosecution on Scipio. Lower his influence by another, say 2 or whatever it was again, and have him even lower.
All right, guys. Do we even
What's
want to keep him?
Can I just ask, what's the voluntary retirement? How does that work?
Nah, we're not using that in this game.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
If we were doing the previous rule, not the elderly rule, that
Yeah.
would be
Wa-
applicable. Yes.
Once the third Punic War's around, we're not keeping Scipio around. We're going for the major prosecution.
Hey,
here.
if we get through this turn, I'll kill him myself.
Sorry. So which is the phase that the 35
They
influence?
they take control of everyone, and they just got to make it to the end of the resolution phase.
The resolution phase.
So straight after the combat phase.
Okay. So in that case, no, we can't do the prosecution check. The only way this works is with the knife.
So how's it with the knife? Don't they take control of everyone?
Not until the end of the turn. So basically, they would be elected. They would send everyone off to war. They would return from war, or yes, they would have to return to Rome. Then at the end of the turn, when we would roll back to the top, that's when they would win. So they would go to war, return, and then we try to stab them, right?
So you can do assassinations at the end of the. I thought you could only do them in
No.
certain phases.
It's only the Senate phase.
So there's no way to do that, right?
And
Could I
wasn't it
suggest
they
a
have to
strategy?
survive a whole round of turns though, not just straight once they fit it?
Could I suggest a different strategy? We take on the 3 Silica, Germanic, and Numantine wars this turn, and then we prosecute both Scipio Africanus and Macedonius again, and then they might be useful for us next turn.
We'd still need to prosecute you this turn.
I'll prosecute my damn self.
Because it's +7 as dictator, so at lowest you'd be at 32.
Well, at least that's not an auto win.
Yeah.
And then if we win a war, so whatever war the dictator goes to,
It'd be half of
it's
rounded down. So 3. Yeah,
So-
so equals 35.
so we would have to send the dictator to Cyprus if we fight Cyprus for him not to have an automatic election, but we would
Well,
then lose the dictator's power.
If you did a minor prosecution to him now, he loses
Mhm.
influence, even with the Punic War
He
win.
wouldn't
He
get the
wouldn't have-
automatic election, yes.
Yeah.
So we would have to
could-
prosecute him now, yeah.
Yeah. It would have to be a minor so that he doesn't die.
And he would
Yeah, okay,
also
no.
have to lose that prosecution.
Yeah, it's doable.
hmm It's
And on that basis, we may not need a dictator, because we can probably take these 3 wars with the strength we have.
But then do we have the strength to deal with both the Punic and the Macedonian next turn?
no.
So then we can play the ally card on one of them.
We
Yes,
would have to throw it on the third.
Yeah.
No
Well,
matter what, we have to throw it on the third because
Yeah,
it's
I think-
because it's easier to deal with
that is
Punic War than it is
true.
with
That is true.
Macedonian.
And it's already attacked Illyricum.
hmm
It's doable. Well, the big reason why we want the dictator is because we've got to deal with the amount of wars.
Yeah.
It gives you 3 generals instead of 2,
Yeah,
right?
that's
Okay. We
So
don't
can use a
need to
different
give.
dictator.
Yes. Okay, no, I can.
We
support-
technically don't need one.
Yeah. Well, I think we need one, but the question is, did we need it to be a military strength of 5 to deal with the strength? If we don't go for the Punic, we may not. It's certainly a a line of play that's probably worth discussing. We throw the third away. We still have 2 turns before it's back, maybe 3 if we're really lucky.
Hmm.
And then we deal
That's
with our
worst
3
case, yeah.
minor, which then gives us enough naval support to kind of deal with everything later. You know, we kind of cross our fingers, but we are in the middle era, which is supposed to have less wars. So, you know,
There's
with
no
a
way we
little
can-
luck, we could
there's-
turn into the 6
Can I-
wars we're looking at to 2 next turn.
Can I just say that again, if you're looking to purchase bulk navy, if you're looking to get anywhere less than having 30 talents less in the treasury, I recommend somebody go back and have a look at our history of how much debt we were getting in each revenue cycle, because you need to make sure that you've got that amount on standby in case that bill is too big. Otherwise, you'll instantly all lose at that point.
We make
Yeah,
15 talents from the Germanic migrations.
I mean, you got to. That's like 5 fleets there, or we're not doing that one.
No, I think we would have to do it. We've
I
got to
don't
get
know.
rid of wars.
I don't know if that's really feasible. 5 naval. Like,
Oh, we need 7 all in total to recruit.
yeah, that's 70. You know, down to 20 talents,
Yeah.
and then
We just have to put money into the treasury. Like, we're talking about end of Rome era stuff here. Let's not keep stuff in the bank, boys.
Do,
Okay.
yeah, do we get a chance?
Let's-
Do we get a
let's-
chance to dip into our pockets before?
let's. What about this?
We do.
Why don't we
Yeah, okay.
reveal
No, that's all right.
how much we have in our treasuries, so we can figure out how much potential money we can have coming in if we donate 100% of individual treasuries.
I'm guessing most factions probably have like 20 plus,
Okay, well, we can hear it if everyone's willing to reveal it.
or at least the
I'd be,
large.
more, I'd be more
Absolutely.
comfortable if I hear some numbers here from people if they're
Sure,
happy
I have absolutely nothing.
You've
Okay,
got an
uh,
ulterior motive.
to. Well,
Any numbers? 12,
Appius, do you
17.
mind? 17.
98,
Anyone else?
37.
Did somebody just say 98?
You want to do numbers?
Richer than Cassius.
I got numbers
I
of
would
8.
just like to
Got
point
millions of
out
numbers.
38 was what we lost last turn.
38
So
last
I
turn, you
guess-
say? So
I guess the other factions must be very rich because they are filling their pockets continually with those concessions and so on. But I am a poor.
Yeah, I've
old
got a fair bit of cash.
So,
Yeah.
Quintus
Wait a
Octavius
second,
made an important point there. You need to probably have at least 40 talents left in the state treasury at the end of the Senate phase.
I can cover
is
at least
doable,
half
though.
of that. If we want to talk about numbers, I can cover half.
16. Okay. I have 30 in total.
I think out of
Well,
the
we
major
don't-
factions,
I
we
would
can-
just like to point something out before we all do this.
Mm.
We also had a drought card effect last time. So that put a dent on how much we actually earned.
We've still got a drought the inactive wars box too, I see.
Yes.
Which one's that one?
The inactive wars over there.
Oh, okay. And that still affects us?
Yeah.
Yep.
Right, okay.
And in order to make it fair, I feel it must be proportionate, right? Because those who are more wealthier, right? Who are wealthier should.
Yeah, based on
contribute much
GDP.
more.
That's what we should do it
Yeah.
on.
Those within what's the statement? Those within their means do what they are able.
From each according to their needs?
Yeah, that's it.
Wow. Okay, I'm taking my money and I'm leaving Rome.
We'll be fine. We'll be fine. We can spend
Yeah.
the 70.
Can we just, we'll say it's not Rome, we'll call it Argentina, and we'll just soldier on.
Oh god.
Sorry to our
Good idea.
Argentinian friends watching.
Yeah.
I've just done the quick math. We can afford to take the 70 units out.
Okay, then
Because we have one less drought effect. We also had 4 wars last time. If we defeat all 3, we'll only have 3 wars.
Yeah.
So that's
And-
automatically 30
yeah.
talents less.
all right. So I think it's viable to say that there's a line of play where we can get a dictator that's an average Joe, and then we go for the 3 minor.
I believe that's the best case here, yeah.
All right, let's do it.
All right. So who are we wanting to choose as dictator then?
You get to choose the dictator.
You have to be in agreement here.
I am in agreement.
Okay. Just because you wanted to have a turn out of this, I'm gonna purposely do this. Cassius, how about dictator? Good job.
If it's agreed
Ding
upon,
down
I
for
guess.
me.
Doesn't need to be
Marka
agreed,
just-
does it?
Yeah, Marka
think
just said
it
she
is.
agrees with me with whatever I choose.
As
So,
long as the
I
consoles
should-
agree.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
All right.
So,
And to
Cassius,
pick a
it is.
master. Oh no, he picks his own master of horse.
yeah, yeah. All right, send it over then.
There you go.
All right. We have a dictator.
Yeah. Pass me that Fuscus.
There you go.
All right. So I guess first thing is Master of Horse, I would imagine.
Yes, it is.
Let's see to remind myself. So it's 3 influence, right?
You got 2 over here in Claudius, number 17.
No, if it's only 3, I'm gonna go Scipio Africana.
But hang on, does he get influence out of it?
Yes.
Yeah, a little bit.
But
Three.
so
Hold up 1 second before we continue.
Yeah.
He's no longer like a prior office person, right? Because we had the consoles done, so Senate phase started. So he was no longer in a office position.
Yeah, yeah, correct.
Okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure because he was
Yeah.
technically the dictator already.
Oh yeah, you mean for re-electing dictator? Yeah, yeah. That's fine.
Yeah, he's
Yep.
he's fine. That's correct. Yeah.
Cool. Just wanted to
Yeah,
clarify.
yeah, it's one of those unique things that just before the consular elections, it disappears, which thus makes him eligible to be dictator again.
Cool.
Okay, here we go. Look, who's doing this?
That is Senator Terentius from my faction.
Okay, cool.
All right,
Another
let's go.
assassination attempt. So Terentius is the attacker down here, I see. Yes, and is attempting to assassinate the new dictator up there, Cassius. All right, let's go over to our assassin. This has been a killer session. Assassination table.
Not yet.
Between 1 and 6. Okay. When you're ready, let's roll your 1d6 there and see how we go.
5. I'm done.
Oh
Do
wow!
you have a? Please tell me you got a card.
Oh
No.
wow!
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Nothing to defend yourself with. That's it. He's a goner.
I'm a goner.
Wow. Okay.
Death to tyrants.
That was quick.
That was phenomenal. Oh boy.
Well,
Okay.
there goes that.
Gosh Almighty.
all right, well, we better pile into at least 2 of those walls then.
Yep.
Yeah, it's interesting. And he wasn't the faction leader, was he?
No.
Okay, so he's completely gone. Oh dear.
But the veto would have been enough to with a pontifex veto or not in order to.
No, dictator
No,
can't be vetoed in
yeah,
anything.
yeah.
No, I
Hmm.
mean the election of this dictator. He would be ineligible.
A veto for the appointment of a dictator can only occur if it goes to vote.
This was appointment. Oh, okay.
Yes, it was an appointment. That's right.
Ah,
Yeah.
Yeah, you're correct.
Well, I'm gonna put that in our
Curious.
notes as scribe. Dictator died.
I saw all
30
those-
seconds in.
Those numbers go flying. That was funny.
That was fun.
Oh dear. Okay. there's
Maybe
a-
for a more
blood on the floor.
peaceful dictator, we should elect them next time. Then we have a chance to make a veto and not
right.
rush to this.
I'll
harsh
just kill him next time.
All right. Quintus Octavius. That means the party's back to you, my friend. You and our
Yep.
HRAO.
As a scribe, I personally love this.
You're writing the
Alright.
history books.
Yeah,
He didn't even
literally.
get to. So hang on, that's important to note. He didn't even get to elect his master of horse, did he, before the assassination attempt?
No.
Correct.
All right, so there was
Correct,
no.
yeah,
no,
correct.
no
I thought he
influence.
said it. I thought he
Yeah.
said it.
I did say it.
Yeah. Okay, he did say it. Yeah, I heard it too.
I
that's
heard him
correct.
say it. So I mean, I don't know
Okay,
what
so
it
that would be
counts,
that would be official, and he would have gotten his influence. So who was it that got the master of horse?
Scipio
Here.
Africanus.
So I guess he still holds the office of master of horse because that's still relevant, and he still gets his
Exactly.
3
We can
influence.
send him.
He's
We
got
can
28.
send him.
Send him,
Someone needs
send
to
him.
assassinate him. Someone assassinate him quickly. 28
Okay.
influence, too much.
So he's
Doesn't
so
he
that-
lose his office? Doesn't
No,
he lose
no,
his
he
office?
no, he
No, he
doesn't.
doesn't.
He doesn't because he could still be a HRAO. Like, he just can't be sent to war.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
So
you
he'll maintain his office until next round.
He should
yes.
follow his dictator into death.
Then I congratulate him. What?
No way! Oh, really? This is hilarious. This is action's playing. Okay,
God.
who's doing the attacking? Who's-
Fulvius Flaccus.
So
His own
Flaccus is,
leader.
so Flaccus is fighting himself. So it's an internal dispute. Wow, I've never seen this before in a game, but it's permitted. All right, so Flaccus is attacking. The leader is attacking his own person.
Wait. Who is it? Who is doing it?
It's himself. He's attacking himself. Is this allowed?
What? Is this not?
It is allowed.
or not?
It is allowed.
I guess it's allowed. It's not even. It's allowed because it's not even mentioned in the rules. Because
Yeah.
nobody would even think about doing it.
Es ist
Yep.
nicht
British law.
verboten.
Yeah, I think this has got to be allowed. It's not normally something we'd do, but
Well, he pays an assassin, right? So he can pay someone to kill himself.
yeah.
Makes sense.
Sure. All
Like
right.
he's stabbing himself.
What's it called when you kill your own children? Isn't this what this is like a bit? You know,
This
when
is
Infanticide.
Senexicide. All right, roll that 1d6 then. Let's see what happens.
Successful.
4, nothing happens. Oh boy,
He almost caught him.
we almost caught himself. It's
Cool.
Left
But now he cannot be assassinated by any other.
He
faction.
can't-
So this
yeah,
is,
that's
this
right,
would
he
be
gets
a
both.
completely new strategy now.
yes, actually, good
he-
point.
This is
Yes.
a completely new strategy to me that you would try to assassinate someone you wouldn't like to have assassinated and make yourself
Wow.
immune. If this
That's-
is really allowed, I'm
We've
not
just
sure about this,
yes,
but-
I think
is-
you're right. You're onto it.
It is
Appius
actually
Rufius.
allowed to assassinate
But in
yourself.
order to
Three
be
days,
the
yes.
first to congratulate, congratulations to the new strategy.
Yeah.
Even
Wow,
if I
what a
have to
strategy.
read,
We've just discovered a new strategy. Well done, Appius Rufius, for spotting that. Yes,
legal
interesting.
loopholes, you know,
Yes.
everywhere.
Because it's this, the rule is specifically stated you are allowed to target any senator.
Oh, there you go. Okay, that was new. Oh, brilliant. Now, just to clarify, did Africanus actually get his 3 influence?
He did.
Yes.
Yeah, good. Thank you. Oh boy, that was
So
so
now
now he is. So we cannot try to kill him anymore, though. So
correct. That's right. He's got to stay like that. Can't be assassinated anyway.
Yep.
Wow. That is the one. Yeah, incredible. Okay.
The ginger wine is spicy.
I would just look at this, like to say, I'm looking at this board and who has been assassinated, targets, and all that, and every single faction daily has a single assassin marker over them.
Appius Rufius, you're gonna get on the action, mate.
Next time. Okay, now next time.
Flying around.
Next
Technically,
time
you
I've got
could
a
do that.
high influence senator, I will always start off my senate sessions with trying to assassinate one of my
Just-
lower
yeah.
senators.
Oh dear. Yeah, that's it. That's a good strategy. It's and because you could play cards on that too, couldn't you?
You could,
Oh yeah, wow.
Bodyguards.
Yeah, bodyguards. Yeah. Oh
but
wow.
you would
gosh.
have to be careful to not have your guy caught.
Yeah,
It
true.
could just be a weak guy in
Yeah,
the faction.
yeah. You just have a weak guy target one of your weak guys, and thirds of the time they're going to come out fine, and you'll be immune.
Yep.
It's decent odds.
All right, Rome Console, back to you
Oh,
to try and work out what's going
do we
on.
call this strategy now?
Yeah, let's call it something.
Yeah.
Tiberius, what would you like to
Jacob's
name it?
immunization strategy. Jacob's.
The iron,
Let's
I'll,
call it-
I'll
let's-
think on that.
Let's
the
call
Iron
it
Dome.
Cornelius Gambit.
the Cornelius Gambit. Yeah. The Jack. Oh, it's based on the cognomen, the Jacobus. Yeah. Jacobus Terra, the Tiberius Terra. Fascinating. All right, Graham Console, let's try and bring us back on track from this circus. What do you got for us? Where are we going from here?
I honestly lost it where I was up to.
I think we're going to try and push on with the censor now.
Yes, that's
censor
right.
election.
Censor. Yeah.
Can we send out the Master of Horse? We
Yes.
we need this answer.
I believe so.
We can't.
Like,
The Master of Horse cannot be sent to war without the dictator.
Okay.
What?
Yeah, no, it's a bugger.
can we
What
drag
happened?
him?
Do we get a new dictator?
We do not.
No.
We
No.
now move on to censor election. That's it.
Can we legally change a senator's name to dictator, and that'll be a loophole?
So I guess what this means is you guys have to guarantee you win the 2 wars that you pick to fight today, and use your new alliance to ensure you get those 3 wars off the board.
Yeah, we have one less chance.
Why
You
is
just-
all the pressure back on me, guys? Like, seriously?
Essentially what happens is you just got rid of your insurance. That's all that was.
Yeah. Like this is
Some people
practically
just
when
like
I
to
Before
watch
we
the world
proceed,
burn.
I had to check the rules again because I cannot stop checking these rules. Because under 1.09.7 assassins, it states players may attempt to eliminate opposing senators by announcing an assassination attempt. which will be
Ah,
carried out
you saw
by
the word
specific
opposing.
senator. Opposing.
Okay, that's a very important word in the rules there, which means he can't try and assassinate himself.
Yeah.
So
get
I
rid
think
of
we need to.
those.
It's probably lucky that didn't go anywhere based on that word. I concur that is a very important word that we found there.
So he can still be assassinated, guys.
Correct. It's
All I'm saying is anyone
open
wants
There
slammer.
goes the Africanus Gambit.
It was short-lived.
Okay. Censorship, right.
Now remember, censors can be elders, and you're looking for the prior console marker. And the current
Yeah.
censor can also be censor again if necessary. It might work. I guess it's not as bad as console, so I guess you got a lot more options here. But I was going to say you can put down your ineligible tokens to help yourself, but I think you're pretty good because you can see the purple tokens already out there.
Yeah. No, you're just all pains. Because now I've got to write this down as I'm doing this.
That's all right. Take your time.
Yep. Every time you guys tell me no, I got to write a whole new thing.
We love your scriber work. You're doing a good job.
Yeah.
Says the many assassination attempts. It's kind of why I got a dictator appointed. All right. Let's just go with this for the fun of it. Proposal for Julius, ID 4 in Tiberius's faction. Just to mess with you all. And let's go. Let's go votes from the unlucky person who does not get to name a new strategy.
I think that's Tiberius Cornelius.
Oh.
Yes.
22 in favor.
All right. I shall put my 5 in favor. I would like to ask for Marco for her votes.
In favour.
I'd like to ask for Appius votes.
7 and nay.
That's mean.
He's 29 influence.
Yeah, I know. As I said, I'm doing this for the fun of it. I would like to ask Marcus Decimus
14 against.
and Numerous Aurelius.
Oh, we've seen it. Yep. The veto's come out from the Pontifex Maximus, I think. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Yep. All right. So that veto, that's off the floor. I'll throw an ineligible down on him now. So the Pontifex Maximus didn't like that. The gods do not favor that.
Yeah, gods can kiss my ass.
Oh, careful. Yeah, don't. The gods would
Boo,
like
boo.
that.
Mars heard that one.
Yeah, I hope so. You can tell people stop.
You need to
killing
be
the dictators.
pious.
Yes, you do. Extra good wine on your next sacrifice there, Senator.
Yeah, nah, we'll give them the cheap stuff.
Oh, you're not helping yourself. The gods will not be on your side.
Nah, not at all.
Someone
I
assassinated.
would like to
someone.
introduce. I would like to introduce a minor proposal to censor this behavior here in this assembly.
Yes, I think it's warranted. We must never put the gods offside.
I'm not writing dictator anymore. Console. That's right. proposal will be for Sulpicius, and he is in Marcus Decimus's faction.
I don't think that's a legal move because he doesn't have a prior
no
console
prior
marker.
console markers.
Yep.
Here we go.
You're just testing me. How did I do? All right.
Yeah, solid 10 out of 10. Go one next to him. We'll go Alias.
Right.
All right. I'm gonna just chuck my votes over there, and they're gonna stay there the whole time because they're not gonna change. That way, I don't have to keep moving them.
Right. So you voted.
Oh, all right. So I would like to hear from Tiberius Cornelius.
Who's the nominee?
It is Alias in Marcus Decimus's faction.
And this
Who's
is
the nominee?
This is for censor.
Yeah, 22 in favour.
Can we
Right.
can we put a nominee?
Sure.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Wrong color, but you get the drift. Alrighty, and then I would like to hear from Marco.
I'm like, who are you planning on prosecuting?
We want to prosecute as
Everyone.
many as possible. I don't know, that's up for Marcus to
Marcus.
decide who he wants to prosecute, or if he
Right.
doesn't. Okay. Thank you, Game Master, for changing the color.
I thought the purple stands out a bit nicer. That's good.
Just a tad. Alright, we'll hear from Marcus Decimus.
I'll do my 14 in favour.
I'd like to hear from Appius Rufus
7 nay.
and Numerous.
Sorry, I'm just doing some math.
You get no time for math. Put your vote now.
Okay. Veto.
Okay, and that's the veto from Cato. Is that correct?
Yep.
Yeah, cool. Just checking. All right, that one's off the table. Right.
And time to
I
make a new
think-
proposal.
Okay, we've exhausted all his visible vetoes now.
Yeah, visible, the keyword there. Alright.
Couldn't you
Just
have just
gonna
voted
work
it
over-
down?
What's that? Sorry,
Couldn't that have just been voted down?
could have been, but you know, yeah, I
Wasn't
think
allowed time to count.
yeah, he wasn't allowed time to
Sorry
get. But
about
I think you're right. I think the count would have allowed a vote down. But yeah, the
Count
pressure was
would have
on.
allowed a vote down, so I just said no.
Nice strategy there from the ranking official.
Alright, proposal for Valerius in Marco's faction, ID number 3. He is that one. I have so much note catching up to do. Jesus Christ. Alright. Alright, my votes are up there. I'd like to hear from Tiberius,
Sure. I'll get behind it.
Marco. We're going to go in the same order again. Marco, could I have your votes?
23 in favour.
Alright, Appius.
Yes. 7 nay.
Alright, Numerous.
I abstain.
Ooh,
Interesting. Alright, so then, Marcus, I'd like to have your votes.
14 against.
We got a result.
Yay.
we got a result. We have a
Finally.
censor.
Oh, thank God I
Um,
can catch up now.
I'll take that
Please don't
from
prosecute.
Calpurnicus across to Marco Wedia's faction there. We'll put that up there. Move that from there. Grab one of those. Put that there. And we can take the Fuscus across to the censor as well. All right. And then now we hand the presiding magistracyship across to the censor and Marco Wedia to consider her options for prosecutions should she so desire.
Thank you. We will be doing 2 at least minor prosecutions this round. I feel it's very important to
More typing.
pardon.
I said
It's
more
all right.
typing.
The scribe's just complaining. Ignore him.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there. Okay. So we're going to do 1 minor prosecution for Scipio Africanus.
Based on his concession corruption, I see.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just quickly checking, have you added your influence as censor?
Not yet. Sorry.
Let's do that. Let's get you your influence that you
Down.
deserve it
Yeah.
of. Good. Very good. Now, just for everybody's knowledge, again, as we talk through prosecutions, if you look across the very far right-hand side of the board, you can see the formula for prosecutions that the censor is going to follow and talk through. Essentially, it starts with the appointment of advocates and prosecutors, or rather the prosecutors and advocates. Then from there, it'll be the Senate vote. Then the if there's an optional popular appeal, should the defender wish to take that, and then of course the trial votes that need to be calculated and added on at the end of that. When it comes time, when the censor calls for your vote, to make it clear for the censor and the scribe, if you could kindly say, "I vote X amount of votes against the prosecution," or you could also use the words, "I vote X amount of votes as guilty or as not guilty," because that can help the censor and the scribe understand which side of the fence you're throwing your votes. Okay. All right, censor, back over to you.
Okay. So we need to appoint, where are we? An advocate and a prosecutor. Now, did anyone wish to be part of the prosecution? I'm looking to you, maybe,
Yeah, Junius will put his hand up.
So will Flaccus.
as prosecutor or advocate?
Prosecutor.
As prosecutor.
We
Okay,
tried to kill him, so you have to settle with trying to lock him up now.
Okay, well, I suggest we go with Junius, perhaps as the prosecutor.
Right.
But we still need an advocate as well too for Scipio.
You don't necessarily have to have an advocate. If no one comes forwards, then the defender is considered to be defending himself. The compulsory one is the prosecutor.
Prosecutor. Okay, will Scipio then be defending himself?
He will.
All right.
Okay, excellent. So let us proceed with Junius as the prosecutor.
Junius is uniting church and state for this one.
I feel the passion.
The unified state has come about. Am I doing my prosecution speech now?
Please do.
Okay. So I believe it's Cornelius Scipio Africanus who we are prosecuting today. And you may note that nothing has happened to him recently. There was no assassination attempts found out against him. None was successful. And I think that in Rome, that's a negative. If he was a strong leader, people would want to kill him. So the fact that he's not being publicly assassinated is a negative. And I think that considering the mining corruption, that nobody's fighting back against him, he must have an oppressive aura that's stopping the resistance to his corruption.
Can I just clarify from the peanut gallery? I just wanted to clarify your statement. Essentially, you're saying is if nobody is trying to kill you, it means you're a shit leader.
Yes, but also
Right, okay.
because we know he's corrupt, because we know that, and that that's a point of law during this prosecution, and because we know he's corrupt, but he's not being killed. Obviously, he's so oppressive that nobody can even have a chance to kill him. So that's not good. In a healthy state, when things go wrong, people do get assassinated.
Corrupt people should also be killable.
I feel like
exactly
really
right.
See? Or something,
exactly right. That's the rule of law. Corrupt people should also be killable. So, under those auspices, we are seeking to only minor prosecute him, just for the mining corruption. But so that's all right. So anyway, that's my speech.
Motivating. Very good. All right, censor. I guess over to you, unless you want to let the defender say some words.
You should let him say, "I'm guilty." That would help a lot.
Yes. Is he? What is he proposing? Is he guilty or not guilty?
Have we lost Tiberius Cornelius?
No, I'm here. Sorry, I
We,
we're
uh,
standing
Tiberius
in-
we
Cornelius,
asked
would
you to
you,
answer your
Scipio like to give his defense?
Look, he's admits to the
Or
corruption,
will he plead the
but
fifth
he's
or
not
what?
killable.
Okay.
So do your best. He'll take it on the chin.
Or on his big forehead.
His massive forehead.
So,
And his shifty
so
eyes
what did he
looking
say?
out the side.
He is guilty?
Yeah,
Yeah,
what did he say
he's-
specifically?
He's accepting it, essentially.
I think it was my idea.
Now, I just wanted to, before we let the censor go in to start running the votes, etc., I just wanted, it popped up in our last trial was the influence obviously counts towards the votes there. Now, does the rule specifically mention that it must be in defense of the defender, or can the defender choose how his influence votes is essentially garnered, whether it's on the left or the right hand side of the fence? Can anybody recall?
We chose Ghana, and we chose to have it to whichever way we felt best.
Yeah, sure. Unless somebody else finds something in the rules that say they are only used in his defense. It could be a subtle one word like Appius Rufius found before on the assassinations, the self healing. There may be a similar sort of wording that prevents or says in defense of, as opposed to allocating of influence in the direction of the player's choosing. So that may be worth double checking again. But otherwise, we'll get to that point in just a moment. Censor, over to you to run the vote. Mark, where do you? Can you hear
Is he
me?
yelling at children?
Sorry, no, I'm talking to the meats going off in the car.
Ah,
I think last time we went with the fact that we could split the votes either way, and that's part of how we got the minor prosecution against Macedonius.
yeah, nice.
So the wording is on 1.09.42 trial. The censor calls for votes. Voting for the prosecution is a vote for conviction. Voting against the prosecution is a vote against conviction. During a prosecution, the accused receives additional votes equal to his influence. But there's nothing stated how he has
Nice. Put it anyway, any particular way. That's good. Yeah, I like that. Right. So it's vote neutral. So that means you can put it in any way he likes. Yeah, I concur. Cool. All right.
You can also divvy your own faction votes up if you want, say, some votes to be yes and some to be no.
Absolutely. Yes, you can. Very true. In fact, any proposal for that matter, you can actually divvy your votes up. Yes, it seems odd, but yeah, you can.
Okay, so
Yes,
I'm going to call for votes.
this would support the argument, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
It would.
Okay, so starting with Tiberius Cornelius, how do you vote?
Guilty.
28 plus 22 votes there, Scribe.
Appius Rufius, how do you vote?
Okay, sorry. I vote guilty then.
You almost went for not guilty because you're so used to going that way? I don't know.
Guilty.
Okay, next Quintus Octavius.
So since he confessed,
Yeah. Confessions on file.
Just I can't abstain in these them.
Is there a random 28 counter there?
Okay.
Oh, no.
that's
that's the defender's influence votes.
Yes.
Ah, thanks.
My 5 will be not guilty.
Numerius Aurelius.
18 votes. Guilty.
And Marcus Decimus.
14 votes guilty.
I'd
Nice.
just like to say he is definitely guilty.
I will vote 23 guilty.
I'll let the censor determine whether the trial votes proceed or not, but I don't think it's going to make much of a difference.
Guilty.
Okay, I think the
Guilty of
censor's
mining.
made a decision there. Okay, allow me to read out from the rules the consequences of a successful minor prosecution here. So, if the accused is convicted, the prosecutor gains the prior console marker of the accused, unless he's already got one, which he does, doesn't matter. So he could collect prior console markers of the accused, plus half fractions rounded up of any influence lost by the accused, and we'll determine that now, which is determined by this. Line of prosecution consequences. If convicted, the accused loses 5 popularity, so 8 minus 5. 5 influence from the 28. And all the concessions go back to the forum. That's there. So therefore, as we said before, the prosecutor there gets
Should be 3, right?
plus half fractions rounded up of any influence. So 3. Yep. So 3 influence you get for being a successful prosecutor there. And that is all we need to worry about because we don't have an advocate. So he lost his popularity, lost his influence, lost his concessions, and lost his prior console marker. Cool. We are squared away. Censor, it's still with you for the moment because technically you still have another option should you wish to proceed.
Yes, we were going to do a minor prosecution for Aemilius Macedonius, and I'm calling for people who wish to be prosecutor.
Prosecuting in the own faction again. I'm seeing a trend tonight. And yes, who is our willing prosecutor?
Continue
The Great Purge.
His service.
The Great Purge. Was that another willing prosecutor from the same faction again, was it?
Was it Junius or was it somebody else?
Yes, it was Junius. He's already in the office, so he thought, why leave?
Did anybody else maybe want to have a go at all? Maybe even Claudius or somebody else? Anybody else feeling passionate as well?
Passionate?
Yeah, right.
I'll take that as a no.
Okay, quick just for Flamininus. We're just going for it. Would go for it. Quintus Flamininus.
For the prosecuting position.
Okay. So he would be willing to do some prosecuting. Excellent.
Exactly.
All right, sounds like the censor. The censor of you, that means you're selecting that.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, we have a willing prosecutor. And is the defender seeking an advocate, or will they defend themselves?
They can defend themselves.
Fair enough. Opening statements. Is that what you're looking for now, Censor?
Yes. You may begin.
Yeah. Yes. Dear judges, there are victims of this corrupt governor, which oppressed our allies, which have now come to us as a fortress of justice. And they besieged us, they urged us to serve justice on this day. We, as Romans, are proud of our allies and our alliances. We should not do anything to harm our empire. Not doing the just thing today against this oppressing governor would be a gamble against our empire. And we don't want to have high influence senators anyway. So,
the real crux of the issue.
Yeah. And I would I would like to have the presiding magistrate to change the accepted rules, because his crimes are so obvious. We don't need to hear his speech now, because let's go on with this.
Excellent. I accept your prosecution. And given that this is a case of self-advocacy, I'm going to call for votes. Starting with, on the right, Marcus Decimus. How do you vote?
14 votes for guilty.
Numerius Aurelius,
18 votes guilty.
Quintus Octavius,
I'm gonna go with not guilty.
Lunar faction,
7 for the allies. The guilty.
and now Tiberius Cornelius.
Guilty as the day is long.
Definitely guilty.
All right, that's very good. And again, I'll allow the censor to determine whether the trial votes need to proceed or not, but I think it's
No,
pretty overwhelming.
Definitely
Yep.
guilty.
What is his influence? 26.
All right, so from here, of course, he'll lose his corrupt marker. He's now been prosecuted. Now, if you want to deduct 5 popularity from Paulus of Macedonia, so that'll be, was that get us down to -1, and then -5 influence off his influence tally there. I think he goes down to -1 popularity. Is that correct? There we go. All right. And you didn't have any prior console markers. Now, prosecutor, just make sure you get yourself 3 influence there.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, I forgot.
Yep. You get 3 influence for your good efforts. Well prosecuted. And I think that will conclude. Except, well, there's one more thing the censor has to say. And what's that, censor?
The session is closed.
Yeah. What else do you have to remind people of at the end of a censor
Remove
session?
your corruption markers.
Yeah, nice. All right, everybody, remove your corrupt bits. Put them back in the corrupt dish in the middle of under the steps. That's it. And then hide all your concession corruptions. Very good.
Just before we proceed, I noticed there's a land commissioner card in the forum, and a land bill in effect.
This
So
happened last time.
Fulvius
Yes.
Flaccus would like to exercise his rights to claim that land commissioner concession, please.
And as the
How
consul,
dare
I
you
will
circumvent the
ignore-
Senate? How dare you circumvent the Senate?
All right, so the Fuscus can go back to the HRAO, which is the Rome console at the moment.
So,
now-
as the consul,
back to
I
you.
would like to say, no, I'm ignoring this, as we have another point of order that needs to happen first,
Good.
which is a lot more of a pain in the ass.
Here we go. What have we got?
5 governorships to
Oh
appoint.
boy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good
Well, I'd
times.
still like to have my land commissioner.
Yeah, you can wait.
Well, no, I can exercise
Why
that
don't-
any time, and I'm exercising it now.
You should
As
put
in,
it into
are you throwing a
one-
tribute
I
out?
think-
Is that what he's doing?
No,
But
no,
you can
one
take it,
president
right?
and
Fulvius
According to
Flaccus.
the rules. Not?
May claim unheld land commissioner concession. Yep, that's very true. He can do
Yeah,
it right
you
now
can.
after prosecutions.
claiming it.
Yep,
It
very
is
good.
permissible by the rules, but it is not the right thing to do to circumvent.
Morally, it's wrong. It's
Oh, morals in Rome.
yeah. There we go. Okay, good. Now that we've clarified that, he got his little present. All right, back to the Rome consul and his governorship proposals.
Oh,
Really nice ones with some wars out there. If you people are keen.
let's see. What's the rules on elderly and governorships again?
They can't go.
Oh, good times. Which makes this so much harder than it has to be. Which leaves us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 eligible senators.
So let's you can maybe throw some ineligibles down to make it really clear for everybody, so everybody can see what's going on.
And we can't technically give one to you because that means you wouldn't be in Rome, so that takes it down to 7.
And then we don't get any back until 3 years from now, right?
Technically, yeah.
I mean, they can be recalled.
So if we have plans for Macedonius and Africanus.
Send away the Master of Horse so we can't hand back the.
Yeah, it doesn't leave a lot of options for governorships, does it?
No, not really. It's one, yeah. It's,
Oh, hang on. There's another one I haven't put one down. The guilty of baldness.
well,
Also,
he's
he's Master of Horse. He can't go.
yeah.
Exactly. He can't get.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 senators who are eligible and 5 governors. Oh, this is going to be fun. Let's see. Is there anyone who will willingly take one of these right now?
I'll have a go at going to Sicily.
All right. And this is a vote, isn't it? Not just a.
It's a proposal. It has to be full proposal.
That's a pain. I would just like to say, can no one fight this so we don't have to go through about 25 plus different customizations of which name goes to which senator?
Maybe to put Sempronius up.
All right. So I'll just go. Let's make this a very quick and easy section for me to fix later.
Good. All right. Just making some notes, I see.
Yeah, quite a few.
All right. For those watching along at home, the Rome Consul is just getting some notes together as we start to plan for governors to be elected or voted into the various open governorships that are out there. Just I'm pulling out all the governor cards so we can see who else is eligible. Rentius is another potential one.
And okay. So we had I'm gonna just call him Poppy. Make it simple for myself.
Sure. If that works for you.
So that would be 23 in Marcus Decimus faction, and he would be going towards Cecilia. Why is there a second nominee token down here?
I thought you could stitch it together in the same motion.
Where would he like to go?
Actually, if
So
you
which are the
put-
ones being attacked?
Purple with purple. So if you go Cecilia,
Either one of the Hispanias. One's good, one's less good. I don't mind the less good one. Is that the...
It's broken now.
yeah, it's annoying me. How do I can't get it off.
Shake it till it falls.
Oh, hang on, we both picked it up. It's worse now. I was on the edge before.
Flip the table.
There we
There,
go. Oh,
it's
now
on the other one.
Okay, here, let me get this one out of the way. Why is it completely and utterly upside down?
This is great.
Okay, let me hang on.
Yeah, I got a good solution for this.
Hang on, I got to fix. Here we go. Hang on, no, what?
It's worse.
No, okay, there we go. So now we've aligned the nominee tokens there. I'm going to move these a little bit out of the way here. There we go. Okay, nice. You still got the Pergamon bequest out there too, guys. If you want to send somebody to go get that.
No, let's not even bring this up right now. Our lovely returned governors.
That doesn't prohibit them from going, though.
Nope. Just means they can deny it.
I think it'll get to the point where they don't get an option.
Yeah, they won't. I'm gonna be nice and say they won't. All right, Sempronius. I believe that's the only eligible one in your faction.
What do you mean they won't? Like someone has to go?
Yeah.
Someone has to. If you're the last available option, then you won't get a choice.
So, Marco and Appius, is there a choice of which ones you would like to choose?
Oh, out of all of my people, who do I want to send?
I'm talking about which one you want to go to.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, so the options are left.
But he can only force Plautius.
Okay,
can
so
only
it's
force Plautius,
between
by the way, right?
Hispania, Sardinia, and Gallia. Well, then I go for Hispania.
All right. And which of your senators would like to go?
Let's have a look. Well, there's really only two options, isn't there?
There's 3.
You got 3. Yeah, there's no rules about the leader having to stay in Rome, is there?
No.
But then if we need him for one of the wars, then he's no longer an option.
He's already taken out your field consul. It's your faction leader we were talking about.
Yeah, if you look at your faction playing area, you can see 3 that don't have an ineligible token.
Okay, well, then we send Papirius.
Okay.
All right. And he wants Ulterior. Then, Appius, would you like a choice at one of these?
I would like to go to Sicilia, yes.
You would like to go to Sicily. Right. I see how this is going to go. Well, let me ask this. Marcus, would you be optional to changing from Sicilia to Sardinia?
No.
Okay. Well, let's do it this way. I'm going to just do the 2 that are fine with going to their locations right now.
Oh, nice strategy.
So we're going to go with, it's Sempronius and Papirius. And it's to Soteria. And okay. All right, so the proposal that we're going to put right now is we're going to go with Sempronius to Hispania Soteria and Papirius to Hispania Ulterior. I'm going to put my votes into
Spaniards?
yay. We are.
So Papirius and Sempronius. So Tiberius Cornelius's senator and Papirius from Marco Wedia's faction. Okay. Everyone's got that? That's the current proposal on the floor.
Yeah.
Yep. I would like to have your votes, Tiberius Cornelius.
22 in favour.
Marco, could I have your votes as well?
23 in favour.
I'd like to have Appius Rufius votes.
7 against.
I'd like to have Marcus Decimus
14 votes in favour.
and Numerus Aurelius.
18 votes in favour.
Hooray.
Cool.
It's 2 down. So Sempronius is off to Citerior.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Citerior. Right. And who's the other one? Marco Wedia's senator, Papirius. Papirius is off to the other part of Spanialand. Good. All right.
Just writing down the
That's where I'm
vote
going.
tallies so I get those before they change.
This one.
18, and then it was 7. Alright. Alright, can you guys update your faction tally for your votes?
Get your
Before I
out of
go to the
Rome,
next
out of Rome
one?
markers.
Where you get those from?
So out of Rome markers is this back here.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, I didn't know there's a
Thank you.
garrison on Caterior. That's cool.
There it is.
What's the other one that needs to leave? That's I know that one stays. This one needs to go up there. Nope.
No, it's the green one down here.
This one. Thank you. Excellent. All right.
Alright.
2 down. That's pretty good
Yep.
so far, Rome Console.
40% of the way there. There you go. So you both want Cecilia.
I thought this proposal was for all the. Oh, then
No, it was just for those two. So those two specifically could get off the board, and I don't have to worry about them in a major proposal and change everything.
Good job.
Administrative simplicity.
Yes.
Mhm. Could we have this like very simple and just have like you two roll for it, and whoever gets the highest number?
Let me make this very simple for you. You can get 10 talents next time for me.
Yeah, I don't care about the bribery.
Oh, I like it. Now we're playing Republic of Rome board game. Yes, this is how we go. Nice. This is how you play. Which provinces are? Which were the 2 provinces that are under attack at the moment? It was
It was
Gallia Transportina, and which of the Hispanias was under attack?
It was the undeveloped one, Soteria.
Caterior is under attack. All right, cool.
So
But
so you two want to roll
keep in mind
for
the
it?
Germanic migrations also impact the Galaxis right?
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
other. That's the other one. So we've got 2 provinces under attack: Galaxy Sulpina and the easternmost Spanish province.
So you two want to roll for it, and we can just make it nice and quick, or we're going to make this complicated?
Why roll when you have money?
Yep. Yep. Stick to your guns.
All right, then. Let's do it this way, then.
Yeah, dice don't talk. Money does.
10
talents.
talents isn't enough
cool.
to make me do anything.
Oh, okay. Maybe you need to offer him. Maybe you need to offer him money. Console.
Yeah,
Fine.
let me state it another way now. What the daggers could talk too, right? Or not?
Oh,
Sure, by all means. A
what's
dagger.
sharper? What's sharper? A dagger, a dice, or a talent?
All
Dice can be
words,
used
no, a
as
tongue.
bludgeoning.
All words. Yes, yes. Oh, we don't have to resort to name calling, do we? Yes.
Go on, do it. Go on, do it. Do it.
Oh.
I will gladly accept it. Go on.
All right. What's your next proposal, Console?
So the next proposal, I'm going to ask Marco, is there another one that you would like to take?
No,
Oh, cool. You don't get a choice. You have to take one of them.
another
Well,
one.
you can put the proposal forward.
Yeah.
Surely there's somebody
for-
else who wants to
for
go.
Plateus.
Well, those both want to go to a specific one. So I'm asking you as well. There's only 4 eligible senators left. 2 of them
Oh.
are fighting over one of them. So I'm asking you very nicely right now before forcing your senators
Plateus.
to take them.
Let's just send Plateus just in case we need Macedonius for one of the wars.
Sure. Which one would he like to go to?
Which one are they fighting over?
Cecilia.
The bread basket.
Why do they
Yeah.
want to go there?
It's
It earns the
profitable.
most money.
Oh. Well, let's go to Sicilia then. I'm sure they've got good reason for wanting to go there.
I hate you all.
Welcome to the Rumble.
Yep. All right, we're gonna do it this way then.
Did I
Proposal
mention,
for-
by the way, that I want to go to Sicilia, right?
yeah. Cecilia, guys, this time of year.
Yeah, it
I
sounds
heard-
like a party. Sounds
Hey,
like
look-
a pizza or something.
Gallia
Why you do
Cisalpina
not?
looks
Why do
pretty
you
good.
not auction it away? We could do an auction now. Let's
I-
auction it away.
Yes, I like that. Come on. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, let's auction it. Go on,
Make it
highest
work for
bidder.
him, console.
I
Highest
think he
bidder
needs a
gets it.
break. I think he needs a break.
No. Highest bidder gets it. Go on.
If someone pays me the money, I'll veto the one they don't want to go to. You send me a message and we'll work it out.
This is becoming a complex network of interrelated alliance and deals.
The world's biggest polycule. New York Times published a polycule
no.
with 20 people in it, apparently.
Oh,
That all live
wow.
in one polycule.
I
Holy
don't
dooly.
know what that is.
Sounds complex.
I know what it is. And yes.
Sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although great use for Microsoft Visio.
Yeah. Or Google Calendar.
Oh yes.
So
You
to
guys
Cecilia,
can-
yes.
Yeah, I'm working on that. Just give me a sec to type this stuff out.
I think I need a charge cable.
I've heard of a polycule where one of the people had multiple personalities.
That's funny.
Now, all I'm just stating is, anytime I'm in office, we all make it very difficult. Just noting that for whoever's next in office.
That is by intent, I believe.
Yeah, I know. And I'm noting it for whoever's next in office. I am not going to make it easy.
All right, what's happening, console? We want to try and keep things moving. Do you have a potential proposal on the floor or something else that you're trying to help move things along?
Well, let me ask, how irritating is the background noise right now?
I can't hear it too much. I think you're okay generally.
You're all good.
Okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure, so I don't have to go
Yeah,
yell at
not
someone.
bad. It's not bad.
All right, we're just going to do it in order of how I wrote this. So we're going to start off with Cecilia and Plateus. So just make this very simple. Let's go with Marcus votes.
19 votes in favor.
We'll go for Tiberius.
Before we vote, who is nominated for what? I cannot.
Plateus
Plateus,
and
Cecilia.
Plateus for Sequilia, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. He's for
Tiberius, your faction votes were updated, right, from 23 to 22? Or is it
Actually, no, I've got to take off. They're 19 now.
19 now? Cool.
Thanks for the check.
And I'd like to have Appius's votes. Let me put down 7 for no. Let me go with my 5 for yes. All right, numerous.
But so am I to vote or what?
Yeah, you can
Luna?
vote.
He's assumed your
wait.
votes.
Before I vote, where will I go?
You're not going anywhere yet. You're not in this proposal.
Okay.
Sorry. So is it my turn
I
now?
abstain then.
He
No, you're
abstains.
abstaining. Okay, cool.
Sorry. Can I just confirm whether it's up to
Yeah,
me
you,
now?
you can put your votes down now, numerous.
He's so keen. Look at him.
Thanks. Sorry. I just wanted to make sure that I get it right.
Yeah, you can put your votes down.
Just going to veto that one.
Aha.
Cool.
We've seen a veto come out. That proposal's off the floor. Thank you. Proposal vetoed.
You make this so much easier on me. I don't have to type as much. All right. Vetoed. And we'll go to Claudius. We'll have him going to Cecilia. So my votes are going to go back to yep.
Right.
And I'm let's just keep them up in yes. I'm not going to move them.
Sure. Yep.
So Marker, I'd like to have your votes.
I have 19 votes in favor.
Tiberius, I'd like your votes. Thank you. Appius, I'd like your votes.
What issue? So pardon.
Claudius to Sequilia, sir.
Claudius to Sequilia. This is yours. This is your one.
Sequilia?
Yeah.
This is the one to Sequilia, okay?
Yes,
Yep.
correct.
Yeah.
Yep. Claudius to Sequilia.
I've already put them in yes for you, don't worry. All right. I'd like to have numerous's votes.
I abstain.
They're abstaining.
Okay.
That's 18 for you, and then Marcus.
I veto.
There's a veto come out. Very good. All right. No Claudius for Sequilia.
Cool.
What? Who did the veto? Who is responsible for this veto?
Marcus.
We
What?
will never know.
No, who? Tell me now.
I believe there's only one faction that could have come from, and that would have benefited
Yeah,
him.
that would be Marcus. So
What?
just for the whole point of doing this, I'm going to put Emilius Macedonius down as the next one for Cecilia.
Okay. All right.
And,
Emilius Macedonicus for Sicilia. All right.
We may need him for a war, though.
That's gotta suck.
So the idea is to make one by one. So now, but you could propose me for Sicilia if you propose another one with the other.
Possibly.
It's not
We'll
over
get to
yet
that
for
when we
me
get
in
there.
Sicilia.
Group it up. Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway,
Man.
so continuing on.
Do you make a single proposal now?
This is just a singular proposal.
What?
So
Appius is Rufus like, I need a card. Somebody give me something.
so
What
I'm
else do
gonna
you want
go...
from me?
Well, obviously 10 talents wasn't enough. So I'm going to go with that vote, and my 5 are going to be in favor. So we're going to go with Marco. And we're going to
19
go
in
with
favour.
Tiberius.
Where's Cornelius?
19 in favor.
19 in
Cool.
favour.
Appius, could I have your votes? I'll put them in the no
I'm not in
section.
favor with my 7
7 against.
votes.
Yep. I would like to have numerous Aurelius.
I will vote 18 votes against.
Okay.
Tribunes to my help. Veto it. Veto the proposal.
Yeah, I need cash for that.
Is there no
Me too.
tribune left?
But Marcus, I would like to have your vote, please.
14 against.
And it's defeated.
It is not.
Ah.
I don't believe so. Oh. No, it's not defeated.
Yep.
Thank God. Cool.
All right, so
off
we're
to
shipping
Cecilia.
Macedonicus off to Sicilia. I'll pull his Macedonicus, eh?
This is what happens when you make it difficult.
May I remind this sacred assembly that we just punished this senator for misbehaving in the provinces?
Yep. And?
Okay, good.
That's funny. Yeah, good reminder.
Yeah.
All right. That's another one down. Well done, console.
Thank you. I'm having
Okay,
a lot of
and
fun doing this.
Mark Awedi, if you'd like to update your faction tally now that you've had another senator leave.
6 down. Yeah.
Yep, I concur.
All right. Now that we've got rid of Cecilia, the troublemaker, you have options. So there's 3 of you left, and there's 2 governorships. Is anyone wanting to put their hand up?
Sure, I'll put my hand up for Corsilia.
All right. There we go.
This
I'll
is-
put the nominee tokens out for the reference.
Thank you. Anyone else want to put their hand up for this?
Corsica?
Yeah, for Sardinia, Corsica.
You can it's either going to be Claudius or Platius, because I think Terentius will probably say no, or he could say yes. You know, they could get something out of that potentially. Medals, perhaps, if he likes medals.
So I'm just going to start it, just so I don't have to listen to it.
Okay.
And so Sardinia, and what's the senator's name? It's Poppy. We're
Poppy.
going on that.
Poppy's going.
He does
Stan,
prefer just pop.
Oh, Pop.
Just
okay.
Pop. Cool. We'll call him Pop then. So all right. Let me tally where I'm up to on my phone, so I have all the vote numbers.
Roger.
That was Cecilia. That was Cecilia. This one was also Cecilia, because you're all a pain. And yep, cool.
The pain for accurate notes, eh?
Yeah. You should see what they look like right now. It's awful.
Well done. We employ your efforts.
All right, Sardinia.
Here we go.
All right, my 5 are in favor. I would like to call Marco.
Sorry, I missed the.
Poppy going out to the developed province of Sardinia at Corsica. Pop. 13 in favor.
13, and Tiberius is 19. Appius, what would be yours?
7 and 8.
Yeah, and all right, and that was numerous. Getting started early, and then Marcus.
14 votes in favor.
Oh, cool. Perfect.
Wow. And that's
That-
Sardinia at Corsica, right?
Made it so simple.
Is that Sardinia at Corsica?
Yes.
Yes. Here we go.
Passed. All right, then that is. So.
Good luck, Pop.
Yep.
Off he goes.
Wish you the best.
And update your faction vote tally if you haven't already.
And Gallia. Right. Do either one of you two want a choice at going?
And by either of you, he probably means Claudius
and
or-
Marco. Yeah.
Claudius or Platius.
You got the choice. I'm giving it to you now.
They won't talk
This
to you unless you jingle talents in their face, I think.
Apparently.
What?
Because I could force the vote to go one certain
You could-
way.
Yeah, that's right.
Like,
Yeah,
there's
who-
nothing stopping me from forcing the vote to send one of you out.
So somebody needs to pay off the console.
Could the Senate not vote to trial self-rule in that province?
Do we have a
I would
senator?
have paid
We
for
don't.
Sicily because then I would get return on investment, but
Mm.
this is not going to pay off.
This is a good one because it's currently under attack and threatens your governor, so that's nice.
Yeah, really good. I can really profit from this.
We're going to wait for our console to come back. He's just cut out. So that's talk amongst yourselves for a minute.
Who needs a
We
break?
have to postpone this assembly now because I
Yeah,
heard
it's
I
all
heard thunder. I heard
Yeah, once
thunder.
remember, once the highest ranking available officer leaves the
Yes.
Senate, that ends the session, right?
This must be a sign of the god. We have to postpone. I heard thunder by the
That
way.
we need to sleep.
Yeah.
We missed you.
Who do we did?
All right. There hasn't been any consensus amongst the parties as to what's going on, nor have I heard any offers of bribes. So up to you, console.
Cool. We're just going to do the order of whatever I feel like. So we're going to go with Platius. And we're going to go Gallia. So I'd like to hear votes from everyone.
For Platius?
Yep.
Platius to the last province.
Yes.
So I'm going to put my 5 in favor. Like to hear from Marco.
Yes.
Marcus
Cool.
got 13 out.
Yes.
Tiberius.
Yeah, 19.
19 in favour.
Cool. Appius.
78.
Cool. And I'd like to hear from Numerous. And then I'd like to hear from Marcus.
I'm going to abstain.
All right.
You abstain.
There we go.
How many votes are abstaining? Is that
11 votes abstain.
11?
Platius out to Gallia Cisalpina. This is will be a challenge.
That was way too much more effort than it had to be.
Reduce the vote tally by 4 for it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this one is under attack too, which is the buggerance. All
But
right.
I think we should call him now Fabius Sapiens, the wise.
The wise, yes.
He did the wise thing.
All right. There we go. All right, Rome Console, back to you. What's happening next in your books?
It's getting a new note section started as we now need to start on the other remaining tasks now that governorships are done.
Indeed.
Good job.
So, floor is open.
Noting you got concessions as well, but they're optional.
Yep.
And then, of course, other business, land bills, and, of course, your decisions on the war powers.
I mean, the land bills I'm just going to ignore because we don't need to worry about losing more money and our unrest is fine.
I start with 1 talent for the armaments.
You're starting a bit more of 1 talent for the armaments so far. All right. Anyone want to?
Start with 1 talent.
All right. Now let's put down the proposal. For armaments. If I could spell right now, there we go. Which senator specifically would like it?
Claudius, is it?
Yeah, there we go. That's what I thought you said. Alright. I'll take votes from Marco for Claudius to receive armaments.
9 votes in favor.
9 votes in favor. Yep. And then I'll hear from Tiberius.
Yeah, I'm in favor.
Yep. Then my 5 votes are in favor. I'll hear from Appius, who I'm assuming will probably be in favor of this one.
7 favor.
Numerous, I'd like to hear your votes of against, and I'd like to hear Marcus's votes also against. Cool. So that passed, I believe.
29 no. What was for the yay?
Yeah. Yay was somewhere over 30. So we're all good.
That's that concession down. Nice.
Yep,
I think it was
cool.
40.
Yeah, it was some. I've got the numbers there. I just need to put them together. I'll do it when it's very obviously close. All right. Is there going to be a bidding more for this next one? Or
I start
do
with 1 talent too now.
Okay, here we
My
go.
guys. I had 3 of my guys get sent away.
Yeah, how many talents do you want to put towards this?
1. I don't know.
1. Okay, so he put 1 talent first, so he
Who
goes
collects
first.
the talents at the end?
2 talents.
2 talents. Okay.
2 talents.
Does it go to the treasury or does it go to?
Oh yeah, it's going to the treasury, not to me.
Oh, I was going to say it'll go into the console's pocket, I think.
I would've
Yeah,
thought
but the
so.
console's putting them to the treasury anyway. So
Oh, there you go. That's nice of the console.
why do you think I have no money? Why do you think we're still existing, guys? Come on. All right. So we got 2 talents. And which senator would like the mining?
It is also Claudius.
Getting a bit greedy there. Okay. I'll put my 5 in favor. Then I'll hear from Marco.
So who's this going to?
Claudius.
This is to Claudius.
Another one for Claudius.
Yep, he put 2 talents toward it. You only put 1.
Where are they?
Yeah,
where are
but
these
he will
two
pay
talents? I
2
can't see
talents
them
to the
anywhere.
state treasury.
Mm-hmm.
And
Are
what's
these-
the
talents?
profit?
I have
they-
to pay it later on.
Yeah, Marco,
Are
I
these
want your
public
votes.
agreements? Are these public agreements? But then again, it doesn't require people to vote in a particular way because I haven't heard anybody else agree to those votes. So.
Yeah,
Bit
if
of
he,
a weird one.
if he doesn't do it, I'll just assassinate him. That's my agreement.
That's your agreement.
Well, that's pretty good.
Your vow.
Cool. Tiberius, I'd like to hear your votes. 19 against. And then I'll have Numerous Aurelius. And then I'll have Marcus. I figured it was going to go that way. Appius, I'm sure you were going to put yours in yes, but we are back to a no. Cool. So that one doesn't pass.
Hmm.
All right, Marco, which senator of yours would like it unless someone wants to put more than 1 talent towards it?
May I raise a point of order? Because
Mhm.
this wasn't.
Oh, wait, they can
Um,
only be done once. Never mind.
Yeah,
That,
correct.
Yeah.
now the others have. Yeah, now 2 talents for the treasury are missing because I would have.
Yeah,
paid
that's gotta
2
suck.
talents.
Okay. Now to the difficult discussion of war.
Now you try and be efficient today because we've started to have a longer session.
Yeah, quite a bit long.
We'll finish today's session at the conclusion of the Senate phase, but let's see
I
how
think
efficient
that
we can
might
be
be
in
happening.
selecting your wars.
So we are all still in the agreement of trying to fight the Germanic migration, Cyprus, and Numantine.
We
Yeah.
can't do 3 wars. We don't have enough.
We can only do
You've
2
only,
wars.
yeah, you've only got 2 generals.
Cool.
And don't forget about your new alliance discussion, of course, as
Yeah.
well.
And don't forget that we need to raise legions urgently. My armament suppliers are waiting for the orders now.
I'll keep that in mind for when we lose some stuff.
Thank you, Your Magistrate.
Alright, so is it at the end of the Senate phase, or is it before we send the troops, or is it after we send the troops for the new alliance?
Let's do it now.
Like, is that just a now thing, or because that's the curiosity?
What's the question?
For the new alliance, because it says end of Senate session. Does that mean after we send troops or before we send troops?
It's when you call
After
the
the
end of the
Senate
Senate, after the Senate. So when you call the end of the Senate phase, or if you disappear.
Okay.
That's
So-
when it is enacted, but that's when you'll pick it.
All right. So that will just be after the troops then. Well, nearly.
Likely, if you're one of the generals.
I will be. All right.
You could
I'll
auction
just-
this also away, right? Whoever pays more for not being attacked in the provinces.
Yeah, let's see which of the barbarians offers more here.
So what are we thinking then? Since we can only do 2 of these, do we want to try and do a Punic with the risks of the standoff numbers, and say like Cyprus, or do we want to try and do one of the 2 smaller ones?
I think both the small ones.
The Punic gives us more money,
Mm-hmm.
and it'll be good to get one of the big ones out of the way.
Marcus Decimus, I think your camera's frozen if you want to give yourself a refresh.
Roger.
I was going to say he's good for me.
Maybe it's me. I might do a refresh in a minute.
All right. Let's have a look. So, if we do the Germanic migrations, we get the 15 talents. We don't have one province being attacked. The Punic War, I believe, does not create a drought right now. Yeah, no Punic, no droughts, so that's kind of, It's just the age concern here. Is it age 6 there's an issue, or?
Correct, yeah. 6 and up is bad.
Alright, we did not hear that through your microphone there.
It was H4.
It's gonna, yes.
Right now?
No, it's still
Very-
picking up.
It's very quiet.
How unusual.
Yeah, because
It's probably using my other connection.
we have to attack
Right.
the Macedonian War eventually before the 3rd return.
Yeah, so was it age 6 or was it age 4?
Pretty sure it's 6 when it turns 6.
I thought it was 6 too.
Because if it was 4, we would have been way more worried than what we are. I don't remember the
Can't
age
hear,
thing
can't hear Decimus. Oh, I can't.
really.
Can anyone else hear?
I can't either. No.
I
Oh, yeah.
can hear him. Decimus,
With an
right?
age marker of 6, yeah, it's 6. Okay, cool. Maybe we just all need to refresh connections.
I'll bring myself back. How's that?
I can hear you now.
no.
Yeah, I hear you.
Just-
Oh, yeah.
All right. So,
Alright.
console, I think you need to come up with a proposal.
Yes, I am in agreement with that. So, do we want to try and so? What does the Numantine War even give if we do defeat it?
Nothing. Hang on.
Nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
No,
Yeah,
nothing.
because it's a revolt. Revolts don't give us anything.
That's right. So
Gives us some security that we don't finish this turn.
yeah, but we
Right.
could also just go with Cyprus and easily overpower that instead.
I think we've got the strength to do those Germanic and Numantine.
Raising 5
Yeah.
fleets for Cyprus is a lot.
If you can get assurances about your bank account, then purchasing the navy
Bank account's
won't be an
fine.
issue. Yep.
It's we need a guarantee we can get rid of 2. Since someone decided to kill the dictator.
Yeah, you need to win these 2 wars.
Hmm.
These are a
Or
must-win.
win one war for sure, and the other is being taken away, right? From what?
We
No,
we
no,
need
wait,
to win
yeah,
2
oh.
to guaranteed.
Got to
I
get
see.
rid.
We-
Got to get rid of 3. You can't have.
Yeah.
Because you can't have 4 or more out
So
there.
we're getting rid of the 3rd, so we can deal with the 4th one hopefully next turn. Granted, that will not really work, but
All right, let's put your proposal on the board, console.
let's just start off with this. I am putting a proposal to raise 5 fleets. All right. I'm gonna put my votes in yay, just so they're there,
Okay.
and nay. All right. I'd like to hear for Marcus' votes.
Marco Wedia. Oh, hang on. I think she's. Is she unmuted?
I'm not
She is.
sure. Says so, but we
Can
can't hear her.
anybody hear Marco Wedia?
I cannot.
No.
I don't think
Just
she's-
I can't.
Her
Just in
votes
video-
have been put in.
Just
Yeah,
in
she
Video
put 'em in.
Ninja, just check your settings again, because when you refresh, you've got to reactivate your microphone and thing again, Marco Wedia. So
She-
I have to do the same thing.
Looks like she voted anyway.
Yeah, but that's good. At least we've got our votes on the board. Okay. We lost the console again, I see. Maybe he's trying a refresh.
All right, so it's falling to the Master of Horse as the only person who has the mic. Take over the Senate. The time has come.
All right, I'm going to vote myself 19.
The
Let's have them from
No,
you, Marcus.
best part would then you turn around and go, "Yeah, I'm putting forward a console for life."
Yeah.
It's all right. I love that my internet connection is deciding to get spotty now as well.
That's all
Yeah.
right. Let's finish this up so we can ease your internet connection.
All right, Tiberius, did you put yours down? How many is
yes,
that?
in
That's
favour.
15 or 19? 19, there we go. All right. Took a second. All right, then Appius, I'd like to hear your votes.
Okay, in favor. 7.
And Numerous, I'd like to hear your votes.
Yep. So 18 against.
18 against. And then Marcus, I'd like to hear your votes.
I'll abstain.
You abstain. All right. How many was yours abstaining again? It was 11, right?
11.
Cool.
All right. Proposal passes. And somebody wants to pull out 5 fleets, and somebody wants to update the treasury.
What are they worth?
10 each. Nice.
And whoever has a shipbuilder, don't forget if there is one out.
True.
Yeah.
If there's a shipbuilder concession, take your dues. Good reminder.
Okay. Now that we have those 5 guaranteed, we now can actually consider the options. Do we fight Cyprus, gain the province back, fight Germanic migrations, gain a province, and stop a province from being attacked.
I guess what you're looking for is the most likely of a victory outcome, I think, is what you want to do here. So obviously the province is a definite yes.
Yeah.
And I would argue that the odds are probably more in favour of the Germanic migrations, perhaps, even though it's a larger base strength, it's got less disaster and standoff numbers.
Mm.
But again, because the Third Punic War is looking pretty ugly in terms of disaster and standoff, and I guess let's not even talk about the Macedonian.
Yeah, we're not touching the Macedonian with a ball.
Yeah, so and you can worry about where you're going to send the new alliance after the fact. But for now, what is the most likely of an outcome? And I think they're your two probably.
I think so as well.
Now it's about allocating forces and generals.
Yeah.
And if it helps, I'm happy for you to physically place them down under the cards, respectively, and that will show everybody in the proposal what's going on too, if that's what you like.
That might be a good shot. I'm assuming that's Marcus who's playing with the calculator.
No, it's me. But
oh, it's you. Yeah, there you go. Why are we sending so many troops? Jesus Christ.
Seeing what it gets to.
Oh,
we need to raise, by the way, 4 legions, right?
No, we don't.
Max is out at 75%.
Yeah.
Because the disaster and standoff number is in a middle of the curve.
Yeah.
Ish.
So what are we both rated 4? Is that what I remember?
Yeah.
Yes. All right. So it makes no difference either
Field
way.
console and myself. Yes.
You're happy.
So,
you're happy
right,
now
so
that I
means...
chose consoles with high ratings.
I was happy when they had high ratings. I was happy when the dictator was chosen. All right.
So 22. 22 for Max.
Which leaves us with 8 for the other one.
Yeah.
So 8. Then that's 2. There's no
kill,
disaster.
overkill.
I think we should be alright with that one. So I think I'm going to go in agreement with there. Now it's just who goes where. Does anyone care which one goes where?
Do you have a chance, because you have to send first the field console, because you have no choice?
You could do it simultaneously.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Does anyone
case,
care which one goes where, or can I just put them in whatever order?
You can put them in whatever order.
The thing to care would be that who's going to get the glut of the
influence and popularity.
Yeah. So
we'll send Fluminenus that way then. That way, because if you look at my guy.
Yeah, consoles of Fabius, and who is our other console over here? Fabius.
Fluminenus. So send the proposal.
If you will win the provincial war, the war against the province with Fabius, how much influence will you receive?
Not much. It's like I get like 1 influence.
What is those cards doing? What's happening?
We're blowing away.
That was a bit weird. Here you go, console. You can now put them where you want. That was so strange.
I'm so glad I saw that.
I was a bit worried because this table's limited.
All right, so
where's
it was 22 legions we agreed on.
22 for the Germanic. Yep.
They gave you the highest possibility.
Migration, and then send Fabius. Mine too, don't worry. So, well, she's not even in here. Cecilia. Oh, Cecilica, my bad. Yeah, Cyprus with 8 remaining legions and 5 fleet.
And if you want to physically, I guess, position on the board, that'll make it easy for everybody to see too for the proposal.
Yep, I will certainly do that. Well, here's the question. Do we want to send 3 veteran legions and then 2 regular legions to Cyprus? Or
My opinion is we should send the veterans to the battle that's the most likely to win.
so
now,
if we send
if we lose, we lose anyway. So I guess
Yeah.
it does. But we could win. We could win with losses.
Well, which
That's
is the
why I'm
way to
saying-
which is the way to upgrade the maximum non-veteran legion?
so because
Oh,
if
true,
we
true.
if we win against Cyprus, we get a veteran legion, correct?
Yeah, yeah,
Because
yes.
it's still a
We
war.
need to send a non. To be honest, I don't think it matters because the only way we lose the dramatic is a disaster or standoff number, and
Yeah.
we hit either of those, we lose the game.
Yes, correct.
So
Oh wait, I nearly made one proposal too early. I forgot
So-
something.
as long as we have a regular legion in both wars, that's the only thing that matters in
Alright.
my eyes.
Before that, I would like to make a proposal to withdraw the legion from Hispania Soteria.
Why? We don't need it, do we?
That equals the 30 total.
But it's not actually needed to get to the maximum outcome on Sicilia.
Let's have a look.
Exactly. I have to second this because it was stated that we don't need to raise any additional legions.
It's
So
not
per-
a
per
raising
this
any
logic-
additional legion.
But then, per this logic, we don't need to get the legion from Spain back to Rome.
Alright, if we want to do it this way, we can.
99.5% chance of victory is pretty high.
That's pretty good. All right. Console, let's continue on.
Alright, we'll do it that way then. Alright, we'll send this one. Let's just get them out of the way, and then... Big hunk of junk. There we go. Alright, proposal to send Flaminius with 22 legions to the Germanic migrations, and then Fabius to Sicilica? I can't speak now. Cyprus, we all know that one. With the 7 legions and 5 fleets. That is the proposal, and I'm gonna put my 5 votes in favor. Let me move myself so I can see where everyone's voting. Alright. Marker, you put 9 votes. Tiberius, you have a total of 20 due to your war votes. Appius, you have your 7, and then
Favor?
Numerous, would your 28 be in favor?
It's just 22.
Just
The other one's
22?
law
What are
votes, yeah.
those other 6? Oh,
Law
that's
votes.
4. Law. And then Marcus.
I'll do my 11 in favor. Rome stands united in marching to war.
Cool.
Excellent. Well done. Well done, everybody.
Now the new alliance.
Yes,
Is
where's
that
that going?
a vote alliance thing?
No,
or is
it's,
that-
if you read the card, it's pretty much your choice.
Ah, so I could just mess this all up for everyone and just go, let's chuck it here.
Chuck it on nomadic migrations. Yeah.
Yeah. No, we're definitely getting rid of the third Macedonia.
Sounds good to me. All right. So if that is your selection there, so
One
let's-
point of order now. That
yeah,
means that the age is also disappearing for this one,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
correct.
Aging.
That is correct. So the age marker disappears. Let's add some stuff for some people. So let's talk about spoils of war. State collects half of any spoils of war rounded down. All right. So what's that?
17.
17 talents. Yep, I agree. So let's add 17 talents to the state treasury, please. And I'll do this in the back end, but that action is on me to shuffle that into the deck as it says. So I'm just going to leave those cards on the flipper for me to deal with, for me to action. Good. All right. Any final comments from you, Rome Console, before we finish up our session here today?
You're all a pain. I have so much typing to fix now.
Any other commentary from the floor?
Can't we just fight the war and see if we win and then?
Yeah, can we do it?
I would really like to go to bed, guys.
Yes, because if you fail now, it's over, right?
Yeah, that's true. Let's like any good TV series, we want to keep them coming back. So we'll wrap it up for there today. Again, thank you to all of our senators. If our senators want to give a bit of a walete. Well done. And for those watching live or on YouTube, hang around. I'll do my end of session recap. Don't go. Okay, and we are back for the end of session recap for the end of session 19. Quick audio check. It looks like I've got some audio coming through, but if you can't hear me live, please let us know in chat so I can make sure that you can get the session summary and the recap. Well, here we are at the end of our Senate phase. I tell you what, our group, we love a long Senate phase. We go into a lot of detail. I think the big holdups was particularly the governorship appointments or elections there. There were some favourable ones and some not so favourable ones. I think in the end, the console probably did a pretty good job there, actually getting some action, and definitely breaking those up was the correct choice there. The assassination of the dictator, I think, was threw a bit of the spanner in the works there. That was really their insurance to make sure they could definitely get across the line here. The risk, of course, now as they move into the combat phase in our next session is that they could potentially lose one of these wars, and that will be it. That'll be game over. But, you know, they've been on the precipice before, and they've managed to get through with much worse odds. So that Germanic migrations is perhaps the most concerning there. So we're looking at disaster and standoff numbers 10 and 11. Look, I think they've got the soldiers to get across the line there. You know, a relatively solid roll. That should be fine so long as we can dodge that those naughty numbers. Yeah, interesting. And then, of course, when they come back again the next round, they've still got the 4th Macedonian, albeit slightly less reduced. The activation of the new alliance there, I think, was smart. In terms of the conflicts that they're dealing with and the war cards there, look, I think that was probably a good choice. Reduce that conflict down a bit. So I definitely suspect if things go well and a whole lot of other war cards don't come out, I think that 4th Macedonian will be one of their prime targets. That's not to say the 3rd Punic War is getting up there. It's starting to age now. It'll be age 4 by the next round by the time they look at it again. So certainly something that they'll need to consider. Outside of that, yeah, another long session. So yes, come back for our next session. We're going to start with the combat phase for turn 13. We'll very much be looking forward to see how that goes. It's always the most exciting time because, you know, it can often be win or lose. And it is, again, another case. You know, if they lose a conflict or get anything other than victory, 2 victories in this case here, that may spell the end. Yeah, interesting discussion too. I just note before we leave, they're talking about being forced into a console for life position with lots of senators now gaining lots of influence, and the very supportive minor prosecutions that are now occurring, and people even attempting to assassinate themselves for the glory of Rome, which is really good to see, and that certainly makes me feel good, having seen all this enthusiasm from the players. Well, look, I think that's it for today. I am Decimus Aurelius. You're watching the Roman Twitch channel here, right on Twitch, brought to you by Nova Roma. It's been fantastic. We'll hopefully see you for session 20 the next time we stream. Until then, walete.